Guys, it's me, it's Queen Aset Haru, and thank you for joining me this Sunday for another wonderful edition of Ask an Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. So, I got a message from a woman, and she said that I always talk about what Aquarius don't want, what Aquarius cutting up at, what Aquarius should do. And she said she wanted to hear more about what Aquarius are like when we're in love. The men and the women. What is our behavior like when we're in love? What are our thoughts? What are our behaviors? How can you tell? She said that she's known Aquarius and she can never tell when they're really in love. First of all, I think that Aquarius have the tendency to have infatuations with our ideals. So I think that we don't fall in love often. I don't think we fall in love easily. I've only been in love once, and I'm 42. Only one time. And all the times when I thought I was in love, looking back on it, it was mostly an infatuation with one of my ideals, a person who met up to, at that particular moment, some ideal, you know, that I was attracted to, basically. How do I know that? Because love doesn't die. Love doesn't, it's energy. It's not, it's energy. It's a spirit. It doesn't die. So I swear, if you loved someone, you don't stop loving them. The energy doesn't die. Now, other emotions may be added to it that are negative or positive or both, but that love, that spirit of love doesn't go anywhere. So if you are out of a situation with someone and you find yourself not really giving a shit no more, not really thinking about them or feeling nothing at all, if that spirit of love, that spark isn't still present, even in a minuscule way, chances are not high that you really love them in the first place. And I've said this and I've heard other people say it and some people dispute it, but that's my personal belief. So, as far as I'm concerned, it was only one, only one time. All the other ones, and even times when I thought I might have been in love, looking back on it, it was just an infatuation. So, I'm not going to talk about the infatuations because those to me are just, I don't know. I don't know what that is. It's just, infatuation. It's just obsession. It's just lust. It's just, you know, um, some kind of a, emotional connection, but it's not a love connection. It's not the real energy, the real spirit of love, the unconditional spirit of love. I don't think you reach that arbitrarily, and I don't think as an Aquarius we hit that very easily. We don't connect with someone on that level all the time. You know, I don't think it's easy for us. So when we do, oh my God, when we are in love with somebody, we're so much softer. We're so much warmer. Um, we're so much more cooperative. We change. We change a lot. Men and women, we're just that much softer. And it always kills me when somebody says they can't tell. I'm like, you can't tell? You can't tell that difference? We go from being so independent and so free and so, in the stratosphere, to being so much more loving, so much more attentive, so much more around. An Aquarius who is really in love is around. They're not ghosting. They're around all the time. They're very like close to you. Some of us get get downright clingy. An Aquarius that's in love or an Aquarius that loves you is a much warmer being, a much closer being. So to me, it's a big difference, like in the energy. Um, Also, I know me personally, being you know, a third decan Aquarius and having that heavy emphasis from Libra, when I am truly in love, I am so happy. I am so happy. Like, even just I just my energy, my vibrations are just so up. You know, that's how like I'm generally pretty up anyway. You know, when I'm happy, I'm usually pretty happy, so I'm usually pretty up anyway. But when I fall in love, I'm up. Even my vibration is up even higher, even more often. And I'm bothered. It's kind of like being high because I'm not really bothered by anything. Nothing that happens really bothers me at all. I just feel great and I'm just up. you know so I think that when an Aquarius in love is a very different being than an Aquarius that's just single and chilling. We're real cool, real smooth. We're real just real cool, real hands off, when we're not in love. But when we're loving somebody, especially when we're loving somebody and they're loving us back, and we're in this cyclical kind of energy where our energy is mixing with theirs and theirs is coming into us. It is going like cyclical, like in a circle. Like, I don't even know how to describe that, but that's what it feels like when you're in love with somebody and you're bonded with them. It feels like a circle of energy that just swirls between the two of you. And when we're like that, when we're in that is like, to me, it's like bliss, you know? Now, I know there are some Aquarius who tell me they've never even experienced that. So, like I said, it's not easy for an Aquarius to fall in love because the conditions have to be just right. And I've told you guys many times that we're very idealistic. So, not a lot of things match up to that ideal enough for us to put our guard down enough to fall in love. You got to get vulnerable to fall in love. And so many Aquarius, including myself, struggle with that. You have to get very vulnerable to fall in love with somebody unconditionally. To open up to that level, it's kind of scary. I feel it in my chest, and I'm kind of like, oh my God. Like, I'm looking over, like, oh my God, like nobody's even over there, and I'm just looking over, like, this is kind of scary. Help. But yeah, you have to get vulnerable to fall in love. And Aquarius, we compartmentalize and we're not always the best with our feelings. So that whole getting vulnerable and opening up takes us a while. And most of the time, we don't get that far, with the other person. We might not get that far to really be able to trust them in that capacity. I think love is something special. You may not even come across it more than once or twice in a lifetime. So I think that you love lots of people in your lifetime, such as family members and children and things like that. But I think that the kind of romantic love that I'm talking about, I think it's special. And I don't think it just happens arbitrarily like people think it does. You know, I think it's very special. I think it happens like once or twice in a lifetime. And I think that most other times it is more than likely infatuation, companionship, or some other word, but I don't think it's that authentic love that we're talking about coming across. And I do think that love is possible. I just think it's very special and I think it's very rare. So that's the answer to your question. The Aquarius in love is a very warm, a very open, a very considerate, a very cooperative, a very connected creature. We are nowhere near. Like some people talk about how the Aquarius is detached and disconnected. Not when we're in love. When we're in love, we're like connected. Like it's like that kind of thing. But we got to be really into somebody to be there. And that's not a normal place that we go. Most Aquarius will tell you that's not even a safe place to go. you know So if you have ever experienced the kind of love that I'm talking about, if you think you have, or if you have experienced that, talk about, tell me in the comment section what you think. Are you Aquarius? Have you ever fallen in love before? What was it like? And did you have any of these feelings or experiences that I'm talking about, the feelings of connection and those kind of things? I would love to hear from you guys in the comment section. But that's what it's pretty much like. And I think the men are so masculine, but I think they fall in love too. I think they fall in love. I think they feel it too. I think they fight it harder than the women do. I really do, because all the Aquarius men I talk to always talk to me about how they fight falling in love. You know, they like to stay detached, you know. So they tell me how they fight that. But when they are in love, I think that they soften as well. I think they soften. I think they open up, and I think that they do connect. And they do create great families, and a lot of them can be wonderful fathers when they want to. So I think it really depends on their attitude and their behavior. All right, guys, I'm dying to hear your love stories in the comment section. So please let me know what you think, okay? It's time for me to get going. So if you would like to leave a love donation, I will leave my PayPal. If you would like to set up a reading, I'll leave my email. Please email me for an appointment. If you want me to share, to answer a general question, I'll be happy to do that. Please drop it now underneath this video. And I'll also leave my social media in case you want to hit me up on Facebook or Instagram. All right. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you know someone who is wondering what Aquarius are like when we're in love, please pass on this video. See you later.